What's going on, you guys? So the WBA, the World Boxing Association, has just ordered Eimantas Stanois and Vergil Ortiz to fight. Yeah, that's right. The sanction body is making these young fighters fight. And Eimantas Stanois, last we heard, who was 14-0 with 9 knockouts, he was the guy next in line for Spence's WBA super title. Of course, he got pushed to step aside. You did his Ugas situation with Manny Pacquiao, blah, 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 blah. Now he finds himself potentially going to a fight with Vergil Ortiz, who is 19-0 with 19 knockouts. And it seemed like a little while ago, Team Ortiz petitioned for the WBA to enforce a fight with Eimantas Stanois. Should be a good fight if it happens. Now, they got 30 days to make this thing happen, or it goes to purse bid. And if it goes to purse bid, it will be in Stanois' favor, 75-25 in Stanois' favor. Last time we seen Stanois was his fight against Battuel, which was a really, really good fight. And it was somewhat of a prospect crossroads type of fight. You know, the guy who was likely to win that fight was the guy that was going to be fighting for a world title. Then the guy who lost, well, had to go back to the drawing board and climb right back up to the top of the mountain. And it looks like Eimantas Stanois was the guy who reached the top, right? But in that fight, I've seen a lot of bumps and bruises from Battuel in that fight. And it leads me to believe in a fight with Vergil Ortiz, he may even be more battered and bruised. I mean, Vergil Ortiz is 19-0 with 19 knockouts. And his last opponent, Michael McKinnison, Vergil Ortiz in his last 3 fights, right? Michael McKinnison, Mean Machine, and Maurice Hooker. I wouldn't say he looked flawless in those fights, right? I wouldn't necessarily say he looked flawless in those fights, but he was able to still get the stoppages and get the job done nonetheless. Vergil Ortiz has a really good jab. He's pretty big for the weight class, and he's a pretty well-rounded fighter. So if you ask me to pick who will win that fight right now, I'd automatically Vergil Ortiz. But will he take that fight? Vergil Ortiz is ranked highly in all the sanction bodies, and he's pretty much right there at a world title. Ranked number 1 in the WBO, number 2 in the WBC, and number 3 in the IBF. So, yeah, Vergil Ortiz he's right there, but the sanction body stepped in, and this is probably for him petitioning to fight Stanois in the WBA. So WBA is going to give him a shot to be right there next in line, regardless. So it's looking to me like Vergil Ortiz could be the guy next in line to face Spence or Crawford. Now, where does this leave guys like John Boots Ennis? Well, Bozy Ennis came out and said that Rashidi Ellis turned down a challenge to fight him. He turned down a fight. This is going to Bozy Ennis. Salute to my boy YSM Sports Media. You guys go check out YSM. But according to Bozy Ennis, Rashidi Ellis turned down a fight with Boots Ennis. Where does this leave Boots Ennis? Because now we're starting to see these young up-and-coming guys in the welterweight division facing each other. And the sanction bodies are stepping in to make it happen. But who is John Boots Ennis going to fight? We have yet to see Boots in there with a guy that's like either one of those two guys, right? A real welterweight. Because if you look at these welterweights, the new batch of welterweights, they bigger. These guys seem naturally bigger than the welterweights that came before them, right? Your average dude is probably these are bigger welterweights, all right? So I don't know. This should be a good fight, man. Who you guys got winning? Vergil Ortiz, Stanois, Vergil Ortiz. However they're going to bill it, I'm not sure, but I think it's a good fight. I think boxing is really starting to shape things out, and we're going to see who's going to be ducking who, because the sanction body's stepping in and they making these fights happen. So we're going to see what happens. Tell me what you guys think. Vergil Ortiz and Eimantas Stanois got 30 days to make this fight happen, or it will be going to purse bid. Like, subscribe, hodge your boy. Peace out.